Hi Rune, so here comes the red assignment number 2, and this is how the application looks like. I have two menus. One of them is called task overview, and here you can see the tasks grouped by urgent, normal, minor, or done. That's the priority: urgent, normal, or minor. And you're able to click on the tasks and go to the details menu and see details about the task now, like it's not completed here. If you go back, you're able to click on the done tasks and see that it is done and when it was completed. So if I go back again and I'm going to create a new task, I can set the priority to the task. For example, I'm going to create one with normal, and I'm going to do, actually I'm not going to do the description first. I'm just going to see what happens if I don't give a description, and it urges me to describe the task. So the validation works, and then I'm just going to change to normal again, and then do dishes, and then create the task, and it's been created right here. If I click on it, it is moved to done, and if I click on it and show the details, I'm able to delete it, and then now it's deleted. Yeah. In the meantime, I switched to the Visual Studio project. So here you can see how my project is built up. I have a task class, and then I just defined a brief default primary key, task ID, time of creation, time of completion, and then I allow it to be null. That's what the question mark means. Otherwise, it's gonna throw an exception when I'm trying to store a null value in the database. I have the data notations here, so the description field is required. It gives the error message I set, and the string must be between 50 and 5 characters, or 5 or 50. I have an is completed, which is a bool, and I have a priority, which can be set to urgent, minor, or normal. About the data annotations, I actually created them. I gave these two after the database was already created, so I needed to do some migrations for it to be applied, and I just did that from the package manager console, like we talked about it on class. I have the data access layer, where what I pretty much did was just the application context class is going to inherit from the DB context, and then I created DB set that will just create an entity set for the task model, and it corresponds to the task database table. I have the controller class here. Up here I have some variables like a list of tasks and the instance of the application context. In the index, what I'm doing is that I made the index strongly typed, so I can pass the view of the index. I made it strongly typed so I can pass the list, and it's going to loop through the list and just put the task to the corresponding container, like urgent or normal or minor, and it also does a check if it's completed or not. And then I have the 4 sections and just puts whatever it needs to be put. And here I have the enumerable, so that's how it knows it's going to receive a list. Back to the task controller. Up next, I have to create action, and then it's an HTTP post, so it is receiving a task from the view. it checks if the fields are filled out, or if it's the defined data notation, and if it is, then it's gonna redirect to the index. If it's not, it's just gonna keep staying on the create and give the error message right here, the validation message. And this is the view, which is also strongly typed. If we go back, here I have the details, which just if I click on an item on the view, it's gonna redirect or give back the details view and finds the, no, actually binds here when it's clicked through an action link, which is right here. And here's the ID that it's going to be receiving here. And then it just finds it in the DB and passes to the view. I have the delete, so when I click on in the details on the delete icon, then it's gonna find the task and remove it from the database and just redirect to the index action. I have the change status, and it's pretty much when the checkbox is checked or unchecked, the isComplete property changes and the item gets updated in the database. And it's gonna do it by the specific ID of the task. It finds it first and then manipulates the properties, and then just using the db entered task that state, it's going to update it. So this was the mandatory assignment, and have a